104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula And Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
All right, it is time for the rodeo sounder of the day. When you hear this sounder play between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m.
It is your cue to call us here at the radio hotline, 713. KRB hotline is 713-390-KRBE. And we've got rodeo tickets for you. As you know, Rodeo Houston kicked off officially on Tuesday. Tonight's 50 Cent. Tomorrow's Hardy. The next night, Yvonne Cornejo, and it goes on from there. You can get the whole rodeo lineup at krbe.com. What are we listening for? Ahmad, play us that sounder, please. Oh, God.
These guys.
Wow.
And it's still going.
If you hear
Oh,
the
my
whole
God.
farm just show up in the middle of a commercial, a song, or we're talking.
It sounds like that Fisher Price thing where
Oh,
you
yeah.
pull the string and it makes all the animal noises.
The see-and-say.
I threw in the entire farm on that one.
Okay.
That sounds like bestiality. That's what I said.
The number you're going to call to win rodeo tickets, 713-390-KRBE, but not right now. That's just what you're listening for between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Rodeo Houston tickets from KRBE. Now, Jay Pharoah is joining us in studio, actor, comedian Jay Pharoah,
Yeah.
The man of many voices.
Yeah.
I think we were first nationally introduced to you, Jay, from your time on Saturday Night Live. You've been on our show before, but I know you do lots of different projects. Thank you. Welcome to Houston again.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for all this representation in this room right now. Y'all should see it. You all should see there's all races in here right now. Yo, this is like the United Nations. This is crazy. Right? Do you all have rings that you put together to call a superhero? Is that what you do? I'm so serious. Captain Planet could show up at any minute. Hitler would be so confused. He would know.
He would not be happy.
He's like, nine, all of them. Get all of them.
Oh, my God.
Jay, you're at the Improv, right? Tonight?
Yeah, I'm at the Improv tonight. I got 2 shows tonight. I got 2 shows tomorrow, and I got 1 show on Sunday, baby. Got that Sunday pack for the church folks. You understand?
That's right.
Yeah.
And Jay, whenever I'm watching TV, somehow you just pop on somewhere. All of a sudden, I was watching Name That Tune 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what's Jay doing there?
I have so many arbitrary appearances. It's crazy. Just random as hell. Just random. I'm just random.
I'm like, is he a music expert? I didn't know why he was on the show.
I am a music expert. You saw me on Name That Tune. I whooped her behind.
Yeah,
I
but
did,
barely,
man.
though.
I did. You said barely?
Barely.
No, it ain't barely. No, it was a landslide. She didn't know. She didn't know as much as I did. That's what it is.
Okay, wait, let's reset for the audience that didn't watch Name That Tune. Is it you against another celebrity or
It's
a
me
regular
against Nicole
contestant?
Byer. I'm telling you who it is. It's
Okay.
Nicole Byer. You
Okay.
know?
Okay.
And Nicole.
She gave up right halfway through.
Because she only knows Cher songs. She don't know none of the. She don't know none of the culture songs. I was over there singing Mario, all types of stuff. I was on it. You know what I mean?
What's something that you can listen to that we'd be shocked to know you listen to?
Billy Corgan. Really? Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a look. The world is a vampire.
But if you go to his concert, he'll go on this 30-minute guitar riff of his own stuff that,
Man, you haven't heard this one before, but I'm going to do 30 minutes of this guitar riff.
You're like, no.
it's good, but that's when you should go pee and other stuff.
Jay Pharoah is here live on the Roula And Ryan Show on 104.1 KRBE. He'll be at the Improv this weekend. You can get tickets at improv.com or call the box office, 713-333-8800.
Yeah.
It's not your first time here, but is it your first time during rodeo season, Jay?
It's my first time doing. I've never been here during rodeo season.
So the rodeo, I want to explain to you as a longtime Houstonian, when people outside of Houston hear the word rodeo, they just kind of think of what the stereotypical, like, yeehaw, there's some cowboys and some horses.
I definitely saw Aaron Neville in my head when you said that.
This event, Jay, is way bigger than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
It is hundreds of thousands of people that come together. There's a huge carnival. There's a huge convention center, basically, full of vendors that you can buy everything from boots to plush toys for babies to
Jacuzzis.
mattresses
Plush toys.
and massage chairs.
Yeah.
And then we have this giant energy stadium where the Texans play and we do all these events. That's where the rodeo event happens. And at the end of the rodeo events, a huge star will come out for a concert.
Who's
Tonight's
tonight?
50 Cent. Yeah, 50
Sold
Cent.
out.
We've
Sold
had
out.
50 is doing a rodeo?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's
He
hilarious.
He
You know,
lives here now.
50 lives here?
He lives here now.
Hey, let me watch what I say. Say, you know, because I don't need 50 showing up and saying, like, weird things. And that, you know, because, like, obviously, you know, 50, if he gets on your best, if you get on his bad side, what he starts to do is he'll post things about you on his Instagram. You know, and that destroys you. Like for instance, P. Diddy. Like, you know, every day.
He's in trouble now. He's
in trouble. But, you know, 50 has made it worse. He's definitely made it worse. I mean, it's bad because, you know, Diddy's taking but, you know, now, you know what's crazy? You know the funniest thing I've heard? They call him the diddler online. Like the Riddler, but the diddler. Yeah. Like, because that's what he, hey, yo, Diddy, I told y'all, like, Diddy's a fruit pop. I've been said it. Like, I said it. I said it, like, you know, and nobody believed me, but now you see what's coming out. Like, y'all think the female allegations are crazy? Wait till the dudes come out. Because it's coming. It's going to be a flood opening for P. Diddy.
All right, Ahmad and I will get with the council and see exactly what's going on behind the scenes. You know, that's
There's a council we didn't know about.
Yes, that's Illuminati level rainbows.
What do you mean?
There.
Yeah.
It's the other side of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Is it that club that nobody's supposed to talk about, but I've heard about? The Friends.
Well, no, let's talk about it.
That one?
Let's not try to be candid about this. Let's talk about it.
That's secrets.
Yes.
I mean, the secret, but let's talk about
Secret Society.
Let's put them out. Let's talk about it.
It's not my place, Jay. That would be Kevin's place to put them out. The Secret
That'd be Kevin's
Society.
place?
No,
He doesn't want to get kicked out of the Secret Society, so he's not going to talk about them.
I get it. So Kevin, so how long have you been Illuminati?
That's right there.
That's him.
Kevin, that's
I'm
Kevin.
working to get there.
You're working to get there?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I might be in it.
Still in training.
I heard that the healthcare benefits are amazing. That's what I've heard.
Well, it's because the aliens will go ahead and fix you up.
Here
we go.
The aliens.
He loves his aliens.
You know what? Look, I'm breaking out a 50 Cent now.
Okay.
I just want to know, look, for the aliens, I just want to know what that mouth do. That's it. That's all I want to know.
Oh my God.
That's all I want to know about the
aliens.
aliens.
Taken over by the aliens. At least you want to know there's going to be some sort of satisfaction.
Yeah. If you gonna kidnap me, fam, at least top me off. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? Like, come on, bruh. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I can't. Yo, am I the only one that used to watch the cartoons and used to see the purple chicks? And I'd be like, yo, I'd hit it. Like, you know, nobody else. I'm the only one that feels like this.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Wonder Twin Powers activate.
Yeah,
Star
definitely.
Trek. You wanna know what's crazy? I just met William Shatner last week.
Wow.
I
that's
hosted
cool.
the VS Awards, and he was getting his lifetime award there, and I met him, and he was and my only question was like, yo, you been to space? Yo, did you? I want to know.
30 seconds there.
I want to know,
Yeah,
like,
30
yo.
seconds, he's old.
30
He's
seconds.
92 years old.
I mean, you could still, come on, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro still out here. How the hell are they having kids? What did they do? Did they take a stick and tie it to it? You know, like a plant.
Jay.
You got a
know what I
brace,
mean?
a splint.
Like a splint, you know, but
Yeah.
you seen the plants when they start, you got to straighten them
There's
up. You got to put their
pharmaceuticals
little.
now that can help gentlemen with those issues.
I mean,
Gene.
but I mean,
in their 80s, no problem.
And it's De Niro and it's Pacino. They must have the best Viagra doctor ever. Like, because that's crazy. I'm not having no kids after. Look, I don't have kids now. All my
You don't want
children
kids?
are still. I do.
We have kids.
I do. I just haven't fertilized. That's all. You know, I haven't done it. You know, but I mean, I fertilized my house. But you know, you know what I mean? It's just house fertilization. Y'all, look. Do you see how smart I'm being with these words so y'all don't get canceled? Do you understand what I'm doing?
No bleeps.
You know, I'm making sure everybody still has a job. I've done
Yes,
radio before.
and I appreciate that.
I've said
He's a pro.
some violation things this morning. However, I
Let
have
me
painted it
reintroduce
up.
you, Jay, because some
Yes.
people, you know, we have people tuning in every like 20 seconds.
Oh, word, okay.
When it comes to the morning drive.
Somebody's like,
to
whose
work.
voice is that?
Yeah, who's the extra voice with the many voices?
Is that Will Smith? No, it's not Will Smith. It's Jay
But
Pharoah.
if it was
Okay.
Will Smith, like, it's been a pretty dramatic year for him since the last Oscars, and since you seem to be pretty close with him with your voice, what would you say if you were Will Smith to defend yourself over last
He's been
year's
pretty
slap?
quiet the last year.
Over the slap? Oh, man. You know, like, now, first of all, like, it never should have happened. Like, that's the first thing. Second, it never should have happened. on live television. I should have waited, until the commercials came and then done it. I'm not apologizing for the act. I'm apologizing for the time that it happened, because Chris is a black brother. I shouldn't have done that. And it was during Black History Month, which is really crazy.
Amen.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Woo! Jig it out. You know what? There's so many other things we could talk about. Like Diddy is in trouble right now.
Diddy's big right now.
We should.
But Will, you've had some allegations too.
Yeah, about what? Yeah, go ahead.
Some similar things.
Talk about it, boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Similar
Similar things.
Be careful, Ahmad.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like I've never forcefully taken anything.
Not forcefully.
Not forcefully.
Not forcefully.
You
know what I'm saying?
You can't take the willing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Look, I understand. Look, dude, I understand, for the community and all that. I know you got, banter and all that, but I didn't do none of that. You know what I mean? That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do it. Like I said, there's so many things. Diddy is literally getting in trouble. Where y'all didn't see it coming. He's got a record label called Bad Boy. His catchphrases are take that, won't stop, can't stop. And he's got an album.
Good point.
And it's called No Way Out. Now, if you put all that together in a sentence and say it in court, somebody ain't going home. That's all I'm saying.
Have you been friends with Diddy in the past, Will? Do you and Diddy have any kind of social relationship?
That's, yeah. Woo! Jada's got a full head of hair now, and you should talk about that. Because it never should have been an issue because you can get a full top for $15K. Trust me, I've done it. Miami. Yeah.
What's great is that you actually look like when you're doing it. You take on the expressions.
You got to do the facial expression of the person
the facial
you're
expressions. You really got it.
Well, listen, we're going to continue on with our talk with Jay Pharoah. He'll be at the Improv this
not
weekend.
Will. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to find out. I want to talk to Jay-Z and see what he thinks about his wife's new song, Texas Hold'em, going country.
Oh, man.
I'd like to see what his thoughts
Okay.
are.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
KRBE. Turn it up. More of the Roula and Ryan.
All right, we're continuing with Jay Pharoah
We're
live in studio
with Jay Pharoah.
Yeah.
He's a comedian who's at the Improv tonight, tomorrow, and on Sunday. Improv.com is the website.
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian.
I gotta say he's a comedian because do I just call you an impersonator? You're an actor, you're a comedian.
do so much
you
more.
do
So
a
much
lot,
more.
but
Yeah.
you primarily will do stand-up at the Improv unless you're going to clean up and show people some life hacks.
Oh no! This is a life hack. Just keep coming to the show.
That's right.
Keep helping me pay these bills.
Well, we've had Jay in the studio
interesting.
before. He spent 6 seasons on Saturday Night Live, and obviously you've popped up on various shows throughout your career. If you Google Jay Pharoah, what's the weirdest thing you saw about yourself online?
Somebody said that I had committed suicide.
Oh,
That was
my
crazy.
God.
Oh, no. How long ago was that?
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Did you have
gracious.
family or friends call to check on you?
No. It was a tweet, and I responded to the guy like, dude, of course I'm alive. I'm tweeting you. He was like, yeah, but I'm sorry. I keep mixing up Jay Pharoah with Jack Knight. I was like, really? Okay. Jack Knight is a comedian that passed that unfortunately took his life, but we look nothing alike.
Oh my gosh!
I look like Eddie Murphy. We look like different versions of Eddie Murphy. He looks like Eddie Murphy from Vampire in Brooklyn, and I look like Eddie Murphy and everything else.
Yes,
it was weird. I was like, what?
So behind the scenes, we were chatting with Jay about, obviously you do fantastic impressions because people who tune into the Roula and Ryan Show have a different schedule all the time. And one of my friends texted me right when you were in the middle of Will Smith, and she goes, "Oh my God, for real? I thought Will Smith was for some reason in your show." And this all starts from somewhere. I mean, to do stand-up comedy, everybody has a different road to get them in the lane to stand-up comedy. But when did you figure it out? Were you like 12, or were you 18, or were you 6 when you did your first impression? Somebody said, "That's great."
I was 6. I was 6 when I did my first impression.
Wow.
Who was it?
I was Gilbert Godfrey. Rest in peace to him. I'm melting. I was doing Aladdin. I was doing the Aladdin characters. So I was doing that, and I did that to get girls, and it worked for like a year, and then I got fat, and then it was a drought. It was a drought. So I was like 16. It was crazy. I used to use them. I had a whole bunch of snow bunnies because that's all that was around. You know what I'm saying? At the time, kind of like Houston, you know, how y'all do out here. You know,
Buckle bunnies.
That's how it is.
Radio
Buckle
bunnies.
bunnies right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sarah. But Sarah, she was like, oh, my God, you do a good Iago. You should keep on going. And I just kept adding people. So because of Sarah, I have over 200 voices now. But I think I even had more incentive to do more when we were both working at PetSmart and she didn't remember me. I was like, hey, Sarah. And I was 18. I was like, yo, you remember He was like, you was my first girl. She was like, no, I don't remember you. I was like, damn.
Oh, my God.
How old were you when must not have been good, B.
How old were you when you first joined SNL?
I was 22.
22?
I was 22 years old.
And the road to get to SNL is not an easy one. So where was your first stand-up? Like what? How old were you when you performed in front of any kind of an audience?
15. And then when I was 16, I got put in this talent competition called the Virginia Idol Talent Search. And out of the whole thing, it was like singers, ventriloquists, freaking dancers, comedians.
America's Got Talent.
It really
Virginia's Got Talent.
It was like Virginia's Got Talent. And out of the whole thing, I think I got 5th place. It was no comedians in front of me, but it was but all the singers. You know what I mean? You can't.
Singers.
And then from there, where did that take you? Where'd you go from that?
From there, I kept doing stand up kept going, and then garnered the attention of Charlie Murphy when I was 19 years old. Actually, that happened because Freeze Love saw me at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone, and he introduced me. Then I started going on the road with Charlie for 3 years.
Wow.
Then I went on the road myself, me and my sister, when I was 21. I remember that. It was Death of the Auto-Tune and all that. It was out. Drake's Best I Ever Had just dropped, and we were on the road, and we were doing the Chitlin Circuit. And the Chitlin Circuit, you don't know what the Chitlin Circuit is. It's this circuit out, and it's the black rooms in New York and New Jersey, where they'll pay you like $75, $100 to do a set. Mm-hmm. So we would go up there, and I'd do like 5-6 shows a night, and then we kept stacking the bread, and then I'd give her 10%, and we go back to Virginia and keep on doing the rodeo back and forth.
Right.
And in 2010, I just my video from YouTube, the Will Smith versus Denzel joint, that ended up on E, and then BET saw it. And then I had done this audition for NBC called Pink House, and there was a pilot, never went, but they offered me a holding deal after that.
Oh, interesting.
And then Fox hit me up with another deal. I was supposed to do Affion show, the In the Flow Affion Crockett. I was supposed to be on that show before. And then SNL came that August. So I had 3 different deals that year before I even got to SNL.
And at that point, Jay, is your head spinning like, do I need like somebody to help me with this business? We don't know business.
You know what's crazy? I was a kid, but I had a business mind. So what I said to myself, I said, well, if I work with Fox, this isn't an established show. This show that I'm about to do is not established. Mm-hmm. So something could happen to it. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to burn out early and have to get back on, later, right?
Right.
So I say, all right, cool. So let's not do that. I said, bam, SNL's got a fan base already built in. NBC, I said, NBC's cool. I can do this pilot, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to get shelved. So let me go ahead and work with SNL, do that for some years and build up a fan base, and then get off the show and then do a show after that, because then the show has a much more likely chance of surviving.
Are you nervous of doing SNL, though? Because, look at how they treated Chris Rock. One of the best comedians of all time. And you never saw him on the show. He was like doing bit parts.
It was kind of. I had some Chris Rocks. I had some Chris Rock nights. You know what I'm saying?
Was it frustrating?
I feel like we learned from the Chris Rock story how hard it is behind the scenes at SNL, because you got to pitch your skit and then it might not fly, and then if it does fly, it makes it to dress rehearsal, but nobody laughed enough, so they make the live show.
It's so crazy the advice you get, because Chris Rock, he gave me advice.
Gotta make sure you write 2 sketches a week, okay? 2 sketches a week.
All right. And then Tracy Morgan is like, just give everybody burgers. Give everybody White Castle. I gave people White Castle, and they put me in a whole bunch of sketches. You got to do White Castle. I'm like, that's what people want. The burgers that are going to run them to the bathroom, Tracy. That's
sliders, right?
Yeah, that's sliders.
Did you know when it was time to go? Like, did you realize, hey, over here?
Oh, I'm like, who's talking? I'm sorry. It's a lot. It's a lot of everybody.
Did you have that moment you're like, yeah, I'm done?
I had, from frustration, you know what I mean? From frustration of not getting on. And I guess that happened from the 2014 to 15 season. I was real frustrated because, Leslie Jones that came in, Pete that came in, and the show was working them, but it seemed like I wasn't getting anything. So I was like, yo, what the hell's going on? Who
was the head writer at that time?
Who was the head writer at that time? I don't do.
Seth Meyers?
Seth had left.
He did.
Seth had left. I think they were trying to figure it out. I think it was Brian Tucker, and it was a couple of other people, and then it went to Colin Jost and Che. So at that time, I think it was Brian Tucker, and they were trying to figure out who was the head writer at that time.
But nobody's really. You're like, I have no one to complain to because you guys are fighting over.
I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. But when you get, God dang it, I asked Will Ferrell the same thing. When do you know when to go? And he was like, yeah, you just gotta feel it. But mine was driven from some frustration from just not getting on. But of course, all jobs have their ups and their downs, so you can't really take it to heart. You know what I mean? It's just what it is.
But that's a really smart move that you made when you really thought about Fox versus NBC for that pilot show. Because I just talked to Eric off behind the scenes yesterday. There was a story that somebody. Was it Lionsgate just merged with somebody else and they cut 50% of
with Tyler Perry? Oh, that's crazy.
50% of all the projects that were in the line just got cut, disappeared. So
some of mine were included.
Were they?
Yeah.
That is
2 minutes of fame, baby.
It's things we don't even know about the industry that you don't think of how hard you're like holding on. You're like, yes, this is my time. Lionsgate picked us up. Oh, sorry, we just merged with somebody. Now we don't want that project.
One thing I've always learned in this industry is that we're not on our time periods. I don't know how religious everybody is here. It doesn't even matter. You're not on your time period. It's on God's time period. Whenever that time is supposed to happen, it's going to happen. But sometimes you might not be ready for it the first time. Maybe you have the eyes on you, but you're not as seasoned as you should be. It's like you got to understand your time is your time, and you can't quantify your level of success with somebody else's level of success.
It's hard not to because you want to, but you're right.
Hard.
You're right.
You'll see people come in and they just blow like, yo, look at Matt Rife.
Yeah,
Matt Rife's tickets are the same price as Dave Chappelle's tickets. And that happened from hard work and consistency. I watched him during the pandemic do all those shows, put them together, and I saw his numbers rise, and it worked out for him. Now, older comedians might get mad, why he getting all that? But it's like, bro, that's not your path. What you got to do, only thing that you're responsible for is being good at what you do, being the best at what you do talent-wise. So when everybody's eyes are on you ubiquitously, you have that chance, and then you rise. That's
a good life lesson.
Bravo, Jay Pharoah.
Hey, yo, real talk.
Bravo, Jay Pharoah.
Hey, man. Hey, ain't no claps, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'll clap myself. You feel me? Clap for you, brother.
If we were in the audience, yes, you're right.
I'm saying.
We all just do the applause. I like that.
You just gotta, you gotta keep those blinders on, man. Like, yo, and now it's funny. Now I'm back on Fox with a show. That's crazy.
If you want to see Jay this weekend, you can. Twice tonight, twice tomorrow, and once on Sunday. Improv.com or call 713-333-8800. So nice to have you in the studio.
Oh, thank you.
We forgot to ask you about what would Jay-Z think of Beyonce now that she's a big country star now?
Yeah. Well, comparatively, when you run numbers, when it comes to country music. And, the influence that the Beehive has and, has garnered over the years, it just makes sense. But a lot of people always, put it against Taylor Swift. Arguably, her and Taylor Swift are, tied for, number one place. But I go on the road, too.
I like your hairdo you have now. That hairdo is... That's looking good.
It's I call it I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn and I get it edged up. The dookie braids are, but I've when you're a billionaire, you can have dookie braids because the Duke, my ish don't stink. Yeah, it smells like money. Yeah.
Jay Pharoah.
I have kids.
Excellent. Excellent, Jay Pharoah. Spend time with Jay Pharoah at the Improv this weekend. 713-333-8800. I wish I could be your personal Houston tour guide because I wear the sash of Houston. I want everyone to love our city the way I do.
Well, one thing about Houston I do know is, you all have, the most cockroaches in the country now.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
There was a story out.
Yeah.
Yeah, use a lot of muy sucio in Spanish.
I can't even say the word. I have to call them Texas Devil Bugs. I can't even say the word. I hate them so much. Well, we are Texas, and it's a huge state, so I see that.
Yeah.
Jay, thanks so much for stopping by this morning.
Thanks
I know
for
it's
having
early, and you're fantastic.
Hey, Roula, if people want to buy tickets, how do they get them?
Improv.com or 713-333-8800. Jay Pharoah, 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, and
One show on
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yep. I'm walking out with this crushed grape drink.
Oh, this stuff is good. Hey,
Please, Jay.
I'm sorry, baby. This reminds me of Dave Chappelle's.
there you go.
It's grape juice. It's juice, baby.
It's good.
I want that purple drink. I want that purple stuff, baby.
Feel free to have it, sir. That's your parting gift from the
Thank you
Roula
so
and Ryan
much.
Show.
I appreciate it. H-Town's going down. Dave Chappelle.
All right. Coming up next, speaking of Rodeo Houston, you know we've got tickets to give away. As we revealed, the Rodeo Sounder at 8 between 9 and 7 is your chance to win tickets. I was there yesterday with Irvin from our digital team, and we wrecked that rodeo at the Gold
I saw
Buckle
you
Foodie
eating
Awards.
rattlesnake baked potato or something.
It was snake bite nachos.
What?
Snake
I'm
bite.
like,
If you want to hang
snake.
out, Jay, I can tell you all about it.
Was it actual snake?
It was actual ground up snake.
I eat alligator, but I ain't had snake before.
I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
You want to hear about it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Yeah.
Now, y'all ready?
This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is full-on rodeo season. It kicked off on Tuesday, and here we go for the next 3 weeks. It's going to be really fun, whether you want to visit the rodeo in the daytime and just kind of walk around and see all the vendors and visit the carnival and get the food, or you're there for the full day because you want to see the rodeo events at NRG Stadium and then see the stars at night. 50 Cent is going to be performing tonight. We also
tonight?
have...
Tonight is actually Black Heritage Night, and they're also going to have that Jack Yates High School drumline performance
I'll be out there.
right before 50.
You heard of that, Ahmad?
Yep, I'll be out there. My family's coming down. We're going to turn up to 50. I'm going to try some of the foods
Yes.
that Roula tried.
Which one are you going to try? Because Roula's talked about a few. Which one?
Okay,
The
so
snake one sounds interesting.
the snake bite talk, so nachos, I think. Okay, so here's how this works. They get a bunch of people from media together once a year, like right at the beginning of rodeo season. They bring you different foods from different vendors. Now, in the past, you know, me, Kevin, Eric, even Phoenix back in the day, we would go there and we'd probably get served no less than like 30 different items.
We get so sick
To try all
Not that
this
the food
stuff.
was bad.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Too much.
This year they pared it down to 6 categories, 3 foods each, and they tried not to have a lot of repeats in the categories so you don't end up with the same thing over and over and over again, because there are a lot of different vendors all over the carnival area, in the NRG Center, outside NRG Center, on that curve of the dome. There's a lot of food.
So you got a wide variety of food.
Yeah, they did different categories, right? Like best new flavor. There was a drink that was in the best new flavor this year. It was a Barbie flavored. Have you ever had that soda? It comes in a glass bottle with a little glass bead. It's called Ramune, R-A-M-U-N-E.
Oh, the Japanese soda.
It's a Japanese soda you see at
I've
sushi
never heard of
restaurants.
this.
Kids love that
Kids
stuff.
love this.
Yeah.
It's a bottle soda, Ryan, but there's a little contraption on the top, and you pop down this little marble.
Okay.
And it just kind of floats there in this little kind of like
It's not
space.
a choking hazard.
No, it doesn't
No.
get in the liquid.
Oh.
And you just drink the bottle of little marbles in there. It kind of had a strawberry Ramune taste to it, and it had pink cotton candy on top. It was real whimsy looking and real cute. I thought that was really cute. The snake bite nachos obviously are talk worthy because, oh my God, it's ground up snake.
Yeah.
I know there are places I think that have sold
What's a snake
before.
taste like?
I was not a fan of the texture at all. It was ground up snake on top of just round nachos with cheese.
Well, what's it
and-
taste like? Does it taste fishy or?
No, God, no. I don't know. And it doesn't taste like chicken. It doesn't taste like beef. It just had a flavor. Maybe if I had to go like leaning more ground pork type.
Really?
Like if you had to go
Fatty?
between pork and beef, it was not fatty. It just was kind of dry and
Coarse?
yeah, it was coarse.
Try Tuesday. Anyone else
Yeah.
have a...
Yeah, the
It's
snake
hard
bite
to
talks not
describe
nachos.
because
Not
they
eating
did
a
the corn
snake.
dog last year, the snake corn dog.
They did?
I tried that,
Yeah.
and it's hard to describe.
Yeah,
Like,
the snake meat.
That's what it was. It was a corn dog.
Yeah, it was a snake.
You know
corn
what?
dog.
It had the sausage type of consistency and taste, because I guess by the time it gets to wiener level, it's all
They're
kind of-
grinding it up.
So-
They're adding
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So it looked like a corn dog
Yeah,
inside?
exactly.
Yeah.
You would never know there was something snaky.
So a lot of the stuff too, they're working really hard to try and
Snake.
portion it out for all the judges. And, I think some of it, like if it was warm, like fresh off the thing, it probably taste a little bit better if it was warmer. And this one dish that came our way, it's something that you probably need like 4 people to finish because it's so much, but it was so good. It was a baked potato mac and cheese on top of that.
Oh.
Then they put basically a Frito pie and then a dollop of sour cream with some chives and some more shredded cheese. And you just get one scoop of, and there's Fritos on it.
How do you get
So
it all
you
in
get
your mouth?
one forkful of all those flavors. And me and Catherine Whaley, formerly of ABC 13, she did traffic for them for a long time. We were like, oh my God, this is so good. I did not expect this to be that good. She goes, I know, right? It is so good. The first thing I ever saw in all my years of doing Global Foodie, there's a lot of food. And you only take like one bite because you got a lot coming to you. So you can't eat the whole thing. No. Here come the to-go boxes. One of our, Rosie from ABC 13 brought her own Tupperware. Yep. She goes, don't think I didn't bring my own Tupperware. And she brings it out, run to the table. And she goes, there's just too much waste. I can't. I'm an immigrant kid. I can't waste food like this. And when she goes, I go, I'm glad you asked that because I'm asked for one too. Our whole table had to-go boxes, Kevin.
I am so mad at you now because I've never gotten to do a to-go box. I've done like
next year
13 of these.
You're doggy bag Kevin.
I am.
Yes,
I am notorious.
Because there was a giant chicken finger. So imagine a chicken finger that's been breaded. And then they wrapped it so tightly with like a form-fitting waffle. And then they sprinkled it with some maple syrup. And on the side, there was hot sauce. And you dip in that. That was a one-biter, but it's a huge thing.
Yes.
So went into the to-go box.
They give you hot sauce to dip it in?
Yeah, hot sauce to dip it in. It was really good. I like that one a lot.
That.
Eat that and then go on one of those rides.
And then,
no.
God.
No ride.
If you look at my stories at Radio Roula, they'll still live there until about, I think, probably 1 o'clock today. There was one thing that came our way, and I thought it was a corn fritter. Because when they bring it to you, you don't know what it is yet. I thought it was a corn fritter with powdered sugar or some kind of powder on top. But it was fried lemon cake, and it was crushed up lemon heads on top. For the crunch.
That sounds good.
I haven't had lemonade since I was like 12.
That was so
sounds
good.
good.
That was really good. Then there was a chocolate dipped piece of cheesecake on a stick, and on top it was really thick chopped pieces of bacon that had been bourbon caramel, glazed.
Yeah.
That was really rich, and that's definitely not a stick food. It's just on a foot but you have to hold it in your hand.
That bacon you had, is that like something you put in like a Bloody Mary, or is that?
No, that was just one piece of bacon on a stick, and I felt like it was maybe over a foot long, and it was all like candied but not crispy. It was like a maple
Chewy, a little bit
sweetie.
chewy.
It was just chewy enough to not be too chewy, and it wasn't too crispy to get stuck in your teeth. But you can go to rodeohouston.com to see all of the foods and the winners. You can go to my stories at Radio Roula. Irvin was there with me yesterday, and we were going back and forth. Irvin had some of that cheesecake with that
Irvin,
bacon on top.
It was the best, creamiest cheesecake. I mean, I didn't even think, I've never thought to put bacon on a cheesecake, but wow, guys. It was amazing.
Salty sweet.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So good.
It was really good.
Amon, you gotta get some of these and do some stories.
Yeah, I'm going to try them out and maybe make a little video.
On your way home, maybe back, you can take one and save it for us to try.
Save it for y'all.
Yeah.
That cheesecake, I might have to.
The cheesecake. The
3 days
cheesecake is
later,
called bacon
sitting in the
bourbon.
fridge for 3 days.
Yeah, the cheesecake is bacon bourbon caramel cheesecake on a stick from Big Fat Bacon.
Okay.
Big Fat Bacon also provided the long piece of bacon. It's the Big Fat Bacon on a stick that got classic fair food and best dessert.
One.
And the mac attack potato I talked about was the chili mac potato. That was from Saltgrass Steakhouse. I had no idea they provided that.
Did they make that at Saltgrass, or is that just for?
I think it's just for the rodeo, but I had no idea. It's the chili mac attack potato from Saltgrass Steakhouse and the Barbalicious float from Candy Factory. That was the most creative food.
That's cool.
That was fun. RodeoHouston.com.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Now, if you think you had a bad experience with urgent care ever, listen to this story. This is on click2houston.com. A Mount Bellevue couple says their local urgent care center locked them up and went home, leaving them stuck inside. The couple went in. The man had been sick with the flu and strep for more than a week. He hoped a doctor could prescribe him some medication, so they're taken back to a patient room, and he's given a breathing treatment. And then he says a nurse brought it in and then promised to return when, they finished. And then they overheard goodbyes, and the office got really quiet. They opened the door. There's nobody in. They'd left. They locked him in the place, so they opened the front door.
Lights off. And
the alarm goes off. They have to call 911. Their attorney has asked for a refund for their $50 copay and the prescription that he went in there for the first place, and an apology.
And whatever the charge would be for urgent care, right?
I'll start treating myself. Like what you got up in there's cabinet.
Kevin locked in a pharmacy
cabinet
by himself. That's a dangerous thing.
That's a challenge.
Especially with Google, you can find out what that
what's this do?
in a second.
Oh, what's this do to me? Kevin, speaking of you got the Friday free-for-all.
I do have an all 50-cent Friday free-for-all in celebration for 50 at the rodeo tonight.
All right. You're going to be doing some some dancing in your office. And don't think nobody's going to see you. It's fine. Celebrate. It's Friday. Let's go. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.